The Kazakh desert stretched endless and unforgiving under a scorching sun. Heat shimmered off the sand, distorting the horizon. In the heart of this desolation lay the pit, a gaping maw in the earth. Blackness stared back from its depths, promising only oblivion. No sound, save the wind whistling over the edge, disturbed the eerie silence. It was a place untouched, unseen, a scar on the face of the world. A lone research facility stood sentinel by the pit, a testament to human curiosity and folly. Its metal walls, baked by the sun, seemed to strain against the oppressive atmosphere. Inside, a team of scientists prepared to face the unknown, their faces etched with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. They were drawn here by the promise of discovery, the allure of the abyss. Little did they know, the abyss also looked back. The pit had been discovered a year prior, a geological anomaly that defied explanation. Initial attempts to determine its depth had been met with failure. Ropes, cables, even experimental probes, all had vanished into the abyss, swallowed whole. The scientific community was baffled. Theories ranged from a collapsed supervolcano to an impact crater from a long-vanished meteorite. Yet none could fully explain the sheer emptiness that the pit represented. The silence from below was more than just the absence of sound. It was an oppressive, almost living presence. It pressed down on the researchers, a constant reminder of the abyss that awaited them. The desert wind seemed to whisper secrets, carrying with it the faintest hint of something ancient and malevolent. The stage was set, players assembled, and the abyss waited patiently for its moment to unveil the horrors that lay hidden beneath. Dr. Anya Volkov, a geologist with eyes as cold and gray as the Siberian plains she called home, led the expedition. Her face, weathered by years of fieldwork, was a mask of determination. She had staked her reputation on this project, driven by a thirst for knowledge that bordered on obsession. Beside her stood Dr. Daniel Carter, a young astrophysicist, his eyes bright with nervous energy. He saw the pit as a puzzle box, a cosmic enigma waiting to be solved. Joining them was Dr. Samir Gupta, a wiry, energetic man whose expertise lay in sonic engineering. He had designed the specialized equipment they hoped would finally pierce the veil of the abyss. Completing the team was Dr. Mei Lin, a biologist with a quiet intensity, her gaze constantly drawn to the pit as if sensing something beyond human comprehension. Each member of the team brought their own expertise, their own hopes and fears to the edge of the unknown. The air crackled with anticipation as they set up their equipment. The silence of the desert was broken by the hum of generators and the beeps of instruments coming online. A large crane-like structure was positioned near the pit's edge, its arm outstretched like a skeletal finger pointing accusingly into the abyss. Attached to the end of the arm was a spherical probe, bristling with sensors and cameras. This was no ordinary exploration. This was a descent into the belly of the unknown. Anya watched her team work, her mind awhirl with calculations and possibilities. She knew the risks involved, the potential for disaster, but the allure of the unknown, the chance to unlock the secrets hidden beneath the Earth's crust, was a siren song she could not resist. As the final preparations were made, a shared sense of purpose settled over the team. They were about to stare into the face of the abyss, and they could only hope that the abyss didn't stare back. The first descent was agonizingly slow. The probe, a beacon of light and technology, inched its way down into the darkness. The scientists huddled around the monitors, their faces illuminated by the flickering data streams. Every meter of cable unspooled brought a fresh wave of anticipation and dread. The silence from the pit remained unbroken, but it felt different now, charged with an unseen energy. Hours crawled by, each one an eternity. The probe descended deeper and deeper, the darkness swallowing its light. Still, the bottom remained elusive. The readings they were getting were baffling. There was no indication of any walls, no change in air pressure, no sign of life whatsoever. It was as if the probe was descending into an endless void. Then a flicker on the screen. A faint tremor ran through the probe's feed. The scientists leaned closer, their breaths catching in their throats. Was it a technical glitch or something more? Anya adjusted the controls, her fingers moving with practiced ease. The tremor intensified, resolving itself into a low guttural hum. It was a sound that seemed to vibrate deep within their bones, a sound that spoke of unimaginable age and power. Fear, cold and primal, gripped the hearts of the scientists. This was not the sound of geological processes, not the echo of natural forces. This was something else, something alien and terrifying. The abyss had spoken, and its voice was a harbinger of nightmares. Anya, her face pale but resolute, gave the order to continue the descent. They had come too far to turn back now, even if the abyss itself seemed to be warning them away. The hum intensified as the probe descended, becoming a deep, resonant drone that seemed to shake the very foundations of the research facility. Samir, his face bathed in the eerie glow of the monitors, struggled to make sense of the readings. The sound was unlike anything he had ever encountered, a complex symphony of subsonic frequencies that defied analysis. It was as if the abyss itself was singing, its voice a chorus of the damned. The scientists, their initial excitement replaced by a growing sense of unease, exchanged worried glances. What they were hearing was beyond the realm of scientific understanding. It felt like an intrusion, a violation of something sacred and forbidden. The air grew heavy, charged with an almost palpable sense of dread. The abyss was no longer a silent void. It was an entity, aware of their presence and angered by their intrusion. Then a new sound cut through the oppressive drone, a high-pitched, keening wail, filled with an unspeakable sorrow and rage. It was a sound that seemed to claw at the edges of their sanity, a sound that spoke of unimaginable suffering and endless despair. The scientists recoiled from the speakers, their faces contorted in horror. This was not a place for human exploration. This was a realm of nightmares given sonic form. Anya, her face pale but resolute, fought against the rising panic. They had to maintain control, had to gather as much data as possible before what? She couldn't even bring herself to think it. The abyss was a Pandora's box, and they had just opened it. The sounds continued to reverberate through the facility. A symphony of the abyss, a testament to the horrors that lay hidden beneath the surface of their world.